Welcome back then to Sarajevo as we continue on our road to World Cup 98 from European Group 1 today. Bosnia Herzegovina up against Denmark. Well, let's take a check of the team lineups. Firstly, the Bosnian side that shows 3 changes from the side that lost 2-0 in Copenhagen the last time out. And the player to look out for there is the number 7, Bolic. Of course, he hit headlines all around Europe, scoring the goal for Fenerbahce that brought Manchester United's 40-year unbeaten run at Old Trafford in European competition to an end last season. A lot of these players, though, have got a lot of experience. They play their football all around Europe. As for Denmark, a couple of changes. One's enforced. Brian Laudrup is out because he's developed chickenpox, and Per Pedersen, now at Blackburn Rovers in England, hasn't played so far in the English Premiership, so he's not match fit. Michael Laudrup, though, the player who has inspired Denmark so much over the last 10 years, does get a recall. Denmark with quite a lot of support here. A lot of the troops serving here in the peacekeeping force coming along to support Denmark today. It's 21 degrees Celsius. Forecast even more rain. The pitch itself was in excellent condition, but Tommy, with so much rain in the last hour or so, you just wonder how it's going to play.
Well, you never know in a situation like this, and these are the kind of days when anything can happen. You get that ball that drops in front of the keeper and skids around the keeper. You get the mistake, bad tackle in the middle, you give up a penalty. Anything can happen. Conditions here are just not good for playing football, Mike.
Vitor Pereira from Portugal is our referee today. Denmark will be in the red, Bosnia Herzegovina the white shirts, the blue shorts. Denmark waiting to get this game underway. They're going to be attacking the goal to our right in the first half. Jonathan Thomason, the number 9 there, leading the attack, the player who went from Heerenveen to Newcastle United in the English Premier League. Certainly a great atmosphere here despite the weather. You can see there Jan Heinze slipping on that far side. Here come Bosnia. First real attack, hooked away there by Jess Hoog.
Well, you can just see the players stepping very gingerly, Mike. It's very, very difficult to plant yourself to make any kind of a tackle or even to make a shot. Everybody tells you the defenders have the advantage on a day like today, but sometimes I question that because you need to be planted pretty firmly if you're going to take a long shot.
Bosnia playing with 3 at the back. This is one of them, the number 4 there. That's Konjic. Just a sign for Monaco in France.
Oh, a mistake by the keeper.
There's Peter Schmeichel. Not good conditions today, though, for goalkeepers. Here come Bosnia. This one driven hard and low, and it came off the foot there of Mark Rieper.
Well, the man from West Ham almost put that one up into the net behind Schmeichel. He's very, very lucky. You hit this wet ball like that, it can skid anywhere, and it just skidded over the top.
Baljic has come across to take the corner for Bosnia. Plays his football with Bursaspor in Turkey. It's a push in that time with Kodro pushing the player down. It was Jan Heinze who was bundled over. The referee stepping in quickly. Free kick's taken.
Oh, you got to feel that Schmeichel probably will be the most capped player for Denmark, Mike, before this World Cup is all over. If Denmark qualify for the finals, what is he on, 90?
He's got 94 caps. Michael Laudrup has got 93 before today.
Olsen is the man who has the most with 102, so you got to feel that both of them will probably take him over.
And Michael Laudrup, of course, was in the wilderness for some 3 years, decided not to play for Denmark, so I'm sure if he had continued his international career, he would have passed Morten Olsen's record.
Well, he missed 30 games, so if you add on 30 caps, he's in real good shape. Probably missed a chance to captain the team, didn't he? A big victory.
Yes, that was in the European Championships, which Denmark surprisingly won in Sweden. And a throw for Bosnia. Sali Hamicic. Muller. It was Nilsson. Now Laursen. All these Danish players now playing their football in the English Premier League. Nilsson, of course, from Tottenham. Laursen from Derby County.
Oh, tell you, Bosnia are really moving the ball around out there. They look very, very confident, Mike. They're not in the least bit looking back at that 2-0 loss that they had against Denmark the last time around.
And they get such great support here in Sarajevo, a country that's been really torn apart for so long. And this, the World Game, it's a great healer. It brings everybody together.
Well, I think the last time we really saw Sarajevo at its best was with the Winter Olympics. I mean, everybody's seen how beautiful the place was, but since then it's gone under a lot of different, lot of distress.
Still looking to get a national league going here in Bosnia. So a lot of these players having to go abroad for regular competitive football. There's Didic, the goalkeeper, one of the players who's actually stayed behind here, plays for Sarajevo, the local side.
Only 9 caps, Mike. He doesn't have a lot of experience, and as you pointed out, he doesn't have a lot of opportunity to get good quality playing time.
Bosnia just pushing around at the back. Of course, these Balkan states, all under the collective name of Yugoslavia, produced some marvellous players and some great performances as Yugoslavia in the World Cup. Now, of course, we've got Croatia, who did so well at Euro 96. Bosnia themselves caused a major surprise when they beat Italy, which really led to the demise of Arrigo Sacchi, Tommy.
Yeah, that was one of the biggest surprises of all time, and everything kind of just went off the rails for Sacchi after that. Never was fit to control things again. Bolic, of course, one of the men who scored a goal that day for Italy, or against Italy.
Slavia Bolic, who was top scorer last season for Fenerbahce with 24 goals. Sure, Bosnia will be looking to try to get him involved. At the moment, they're under pressure. Thomason. Nielsen playing it wide.
Oh, that wet ball just getting away from Michael Laudrup.
Laudrup, 33 years old. Back now playing in Europe after a spell in Japan with Kobe. And the sliding challenge will result in a goal kick.
Well, you got to feel for Laudrup, Mike. This is probably the last hurrah in terms of a World Cup. If they don't make it this time, he probably won't get another opportunity.
He was part of that Danish side that played in the World Cup in 1986 in Mexico. Danish Dynamite, as they were referred to. Got as far as the second round, and then the wheels really fell off. They lost 5-1 to Spain after inflicting a 6-1 loss on Uruguay in the group matches.
Oh, when you look what he did in Spain, what, 4 championships with Barcelona, and then he left Barcelona and went to Real Madrid, and Real Madrid wins the championship. So he wins 5 championships in Spain in a row.
First opportunity for Denmark, and Dedic there got his fingertips to it, and that was enough to deny Jon Dahl Tomasson.
Oh, Tomasson run right down through the middle, Mike. He didn't get all of it. The keeper just got enough of it to push it away. Look at that. Keeper almost slid himself out of the play, and that's what we're talking about. Very difficult for keepers today.
Good season for Tomasson. At Newcastle with the injury to Alan Shearer. Kenny Dalglish looking to him to score the goals. He will get some help now because Ian Rush has joined Newcastle. As Denmark look to open the score in here, and Klaus Thomsen, who plays his football at Goodison Park for Everton, just put the shot wide.
Oh, he should have done better with that, Mike. He had plenty of time, hit the ball on the volley.
One thing you find, Tommy, with these slippery conditions, that games usually turn out to be quite open affairs.
Yeah, and generally you find also that a mistake is generally what somebody capitalizes on and wins the game.
Larsson plays it forward. Away there by Ramcic. Now Heinze. Made his name Jan Heinze at PSV Eindhoven, part of their team that won 3 Dutch championships and the European Cup back in 1988. Now playing at Bayer Leverkusen.
Bayer Savage involved in a tough looking tackle down at the end, but the referee played the advantage, said play it on.
stadium play on the far side, but there is an infringement, so a free kick will result. Free kick will go to Denmark. Denmark, whose next game will be at home to Croatia, away to Greece, their final match in this group. Team who failed to qualify for the last World Cup finals in the United States, which surprised a lot of people, remembering, of course, that at that stage they were the European champions.
Yeah, and they played disappointingly, Mike, in Euro 96. They just never got their game together.
Has been taken there by Mark Rieper.
Well, Rieper laid the lumber on one of the Bosnian players there. That's why you can hear the whistles. In fact, he knocked down the hoarding on the far side. He got pushed into it so hard.
That's Helveg. That's what we'd say in Italy. All pushed wide there by Peter Muller. Only this week a sign for PSV Eindhoven from Danish Super League champions Blombu.
Oh, a lot of these players might going to be very busy between now and the end of November, playing in championships and playing in World Cup qualifiers, Champions League or UEFA Cup, whatever they're in. Most of the top class players are in them all.
Old Zovic, the coach of Bosnia, change a few things out there at the moment. As that ball is just put out of play, it's going to be a corner. Ramsic there, not taking any risk in that situation. Ramsic, who plays his football with Ghent in Belgium. This corner for Denmark. Michael Laudrup has come across to take it. An outswinger. Referee spotted some pushing. So that'll be a free kick for Bosnia. Road to World Cup 98 continues here on ESPN. Slovakia against the Czech Republic. You can see that live here on Sunday. Check your local listings for times. Slovakia against the Czech Republic. Slovakia, in fact, still with a chance of qualifying for the World Cup finals. The Czech Republic did so well in Euro 96, haven't been able to repeat that form. Now out of the reckoning for a place in World Cup, but there's a lot of pride at stake when those two teams meet.
Oh, it's a real local derby, isn't it?
It certainly is. Good challenge on that far side. Konjic plays it forward. Cut out there by Thompson. Just forward there, and the pressure being put on. Bosnia, though, standing firm at the moment. Now that's Mark Rieper. Actually scored his first international goal the last time these two teams met. Mark Rieper from West Ham United. Only goal he's scored, in fact, at international level. Tonight making his 48th appearance for Denmark.
Well, to say his game, the Danes maintain that his game has improved so much, Mike, since he's moved to West Ham. He certainly has become a staple in the West Ham side, a great help to West Ham, and they're sitting on top of the Premiership at the moment. Surprise, surprise, the Hammers.
Yes, they've never won the Premier League title, even the old First Division when that was the top division in England. Now Michael Laudrup having to play that free kick quickly, but not too much movement off the ball for him. Jakob Larsson. At the moment, just trying to find an opening. They might have done so here. And Thomason there going through. Goalkeeper didn't collect the ball cleanly, and the referee didn't blow up.
Well, he just got enough of it, Mike, to take it off Thomason's boot. Beautiful ball headed onto him. I mean, it split a couple of defenders. Thomason ran in at an angle. The keeper off his line quickly. And even though he didn't cover it up, it was enough to keep the ball out.
Baljic. This is Kodro. who plays for Tenerife, had a spell at Barcelona.
Oh, Nielsen was the man who cut him down.
And a free kick taken there by Konjic. Not by Hogue. I'll throw them for Bosnia. Shot coming in. Peter Schmeichel not troubled by that. There's certainly some warning signs there for Denmark. They gave the ball away. Sally Hamidzic was the player who had the shot. Schmeichel, who made his debut against Greece, in fact, way back in 1987. Game that Denmark won 5-0. Great servant for Denmark, and of course still reckoned to be one of the best goalkeepers in the world. He could be under pressure here. Reaper with the headed clearance. Thompson, now Heinze. Nilsson.
Oh, Denmark in no hurry. I mean, they're playing like a typical road team. You got to feel that they'd be happy enough to get out of here with at least a draw. It's a tough tackle coming in there. Sally Hamic.
So a free kick then for Denmark.
Oh, you see the tackle coming in there on Helvig.
Now Laudrup playing this one through. Great opportunity now for Thomasen. Now unselfishly laying that one back. But Bosnia there, just getting so many people behind the ball. And the flag up that time. Bilic, in any case, made the save to deny Alan Nilsson.
Oh, the referee's assistant had the flag up. A couple of players inside looked like they were offside. Laudrup was one of them.
Nilsson, in fact, the Tottenham midfielder, is the leading goal scorer on the Denmark side today. In World Cup qualifying, he scored 3 goals. Now Bosnia. Certainly playing the type of game that one has become accustomed to with teams from the Balkans over the years. Very much a possession game. Not too exertive pace. Usually they can open up a defence. Exactly what they're trying to do here. You're watching the Road to World Cup 98. Today we're going through Sarajevo from European Group 1. Bosnia Herzegovina up against Denmark. Just over 16 minutes played of this first half. We're still awaiting the first goal. Denmark in the red shirts get this throw in. Taken there by Helveg. Bosnia trying to get it clear. The shot charged down. Thompson that time. One thing we're noticing, Tommy, is that this Bosnia side is not panicking when they are under pressure. They're keeping their shape. They're coolly trying to play the ball out of play, not just kick it anywhere.
Yeah, they haven't resorted to what I thought the long ball out of the back, especially today with a very wet ball. They're trying to work it out almost like a South American team. They're trying to build from the back, Mike.
I said earlier, Denmark missing the services of Brian Laudrup. He's actually scored 3 goals as well in World Cup qualifying so far. He's out because of chicken pox, had to withdraw from the squad. That's his brother Michael Laudrup brought down on the far side, but he'll settle for a corner.
Oh, Brian Laudrup is a big loss.
Michael Laudrup to take the corner. Actually, he voted Danish Footballer of the Year when he was only 18 years old.
Seems like such a long time ago, doesn't it?
Now here come Bosnia. Denmark had committed players forward, but they've got bodies back this time. Ball played inside. Mychin. And a goal, and Bosnia have taken the lead. Majin, the goal scorer.
Well, it all happened out of nothing, and watch what happens. We talked about the ground, we talked about how you can't plant yourself, and that's exactly what happened. Schmeichel unable to get any grip on the ground. He's leaning the wrong way. There's absolutely no way he can get back. All he can do is look back in disgust and watch the ball flow into the net. Beautiful goal, and the crowd have responded.
Yes, the Kosovo Stadium here in Sarajevo erupts. Bosnia Herzegovina 1, Denmark 0. Edin Majin, the scorer, after 18 minutes, his first ever goal for Bosnia. This only his 6th international appearance. And Denmark, who dominated the first 17 and a half minutes of this game, and were very, very casual in all their build-up, now find themselves a goal behind.
Well, he could have played for Croatia, Mike, as well. He opted to play for Bosnia, and certainly that would make him a big hero. It looked so innocent. I mean, it looked like nothing was happening, and all of a sudden the ball was just slipping by Schmeichel. You've got to blame the conditions a bit for it.
Trying to hit back quickly. Flag is up.
I mean, in a dry field, Schmeichel is at least fit to turn and get his body over there. And he's such a big man, it's very difficult to beat him with shots like that. But because of the wet field, he wasn't fit to turn around.
Denmark, they're really caught out. They'd come forward for the corner. They were caught short at the back. Brazilian football continues here on ESPN. This weekend, we continue our coverage of the Brazilian National Championship. Atlético Paranaense up against Sao Paulo. Check your local listings for times for that. We continue to bring you the best from around the world. And that's the Brazilian National Championship. Now a throw for Denmark. Helbeg. Nice layoff there. Now Thomason. Force wide. Just trying to chip the keeper, and easily taken there by Vidic.
Oh, he just flipped it into the air to him, Mike. He made the keeper look very good there. No problems with that one. Oh, Reaper comes over the top. Surely he must have fouled, did he?
Yes, the free kick is going to Bosnia. I'm going to call you a picture there. John Dahl Thomason. Played for Heerenveen last year. He found it difficult when he stepped up to the international team. Speed of the game. He's also found it difficult to adjust to the English Premier League, but he has been scoring goals for Newcastle United. They're up against some of these players last week in the UEFA Champions League preliminary round, which Newcastle beat Croatia Zagreb 2-1. In fact, the goal scorer played in that game at Newcastle. In Majin. Vidic taking the throw. Hamburg's second top goal scorer last season in the Bundesliga. He was the player who actually scored the winner against Italy in that famous victory here. 2-1. Now Heinze. Nice ball over the defence, but all just bouncing there and picking up pace and just leaving Michael Laudrup.
Oh, it so often happens now with the new covering on this ball. When it hits like that, you never know whether it's going to die or whether it's going to skid away. That time it just skidded away from Laudrup.
Now Hogue to the halfway line. It's Peter Muller. No pace on that pass for the new signing for PSV Eindhoven from Brombu. £1.2 million.
Oh, it's nicely cut out by Larsson. He made a good move to take the ball away and feed it up the field.
Yes, the bounce there, eluding Alan Nilsson on the far side. So throw them for Bosnia. Free kick's taken. All played back that time by O to Schmeichel. Schmeichel there, safety first tactics. Certainly a goalkeeper won't want to try to do anything too clever in these conditions, Tommy. If you lose your foot in, you really could be exposed.
Well, you can't leave yourself that you have to go off balance at all, because you can end up very, very embarrassed. But at the same time, Schmeichel had a lot of time there, Mike, and he just kicked it into touch. Worked out okay for him.
This Bosnia side getting great support now from the home supporters. Only won once in World Cup qualifying. They've never won here in Sarajevo. Lost both their previous home matches.
Well, if they could make this score stand up, you can believe there would be a lot of celebrations in Sarajevo tonight.
Denmark that time going straight down the centre forward channel. There playing that one in. Now here's Bolic, he's brought down. Penalty. Challenge came in from Mark Reaper. The referee had no hesitation and he's given Reaper the yellow card as well.
Oh, Reaper has been living dangerously. He's had a couple of very, very close to the line calls. Let's watch it as he comes inside. No question about it. I mean, Helvig is complaining about the call, but it's a clear-cut opportunity. I mean, he just takes the player down. As soon as he makes his move, there's the contact. He takes it 2 feet out from underneath him. The referee points to the penalty spot right away. Good call by the referee. What an opportunity for Bosnia.
Yes, there's Mark Reaper. He's got the yellow card. And Elvir Bolic is the player who's going to take the penalty. Now, of course, Bolic beat Peter Schmeichel at Old Trafford. That inflicted Manchester United's first ever loss in European competition at Old Trafford.
Look at how far back he's gone from the ball.
And he has an opportunity now to put Bosnia 2 ahead. Sends Schmeichel the wrong way. And Bosnia increase the lead. Bolic the scorer. They're going wild on the terraces.
And why not? Bolic comes up to it, slows up a little bit. Schmeichel dives to his right. Bolic just tucks it into that left-hand corner. Beautiful taken penalty. Good direction. Good finishing. What a surprise this is. 2-0 for Bosnia. Would you believe it? Look at that. He makes it look so easy. Just tucks it into the corner.
His third goal for Bosnia in international competition. Elvir Bolic, 25 years old, from Fenerbahce in Turkey. And Bosnia 2, Denmark 0. And who would have believed that? All comes across. Dedic there with the punch away.
Well, Denmark really have an uphill climb ahead of them now, Mike, down 2-0 on the road. Bad conditions, big crowd, team that's playing well against them.
Well, it all looked so promising for Denmark early.
Well, they had a few opportunities. I mean, Thomason opportunities to put the ball away and didn't, and they will rue those missed chances.
Here's Thompson, plays this one wide. Helvig, and the goalkeeper there just doing enough.
Oh, the goalkeeper was caught by surprise. I think he was the most surprised man in the place. I'm not sure why. As you're going to see the ball come dropping inside. Look at how quickly he reacts to it and pushes it over the top. He thought that Helvig was going to square the ball across, Mike. Instead, he shot.
He's hit it first time on the volley. Nearly caught the goalkeeper napping. Corner now then for Denmark. Laudrup swinging this one in. Away that time by Konjic, who completes the clearance at the second attempt. Throw for Denmark. They've only qualified for the World Cup finals on one occasion. It was in 1986 in Mexico. They've done better in the European Championships. Champions in 1992, semi-finalists in 1984. Actually finished in 4th spot in 1964.
Well, there's 3 balls in a row after dropping in there, and Hibic is the man who knocked it out of there. Number 6, a tough man in the middle.
He's played for Seville in Spain, formerly of Hajduk Split. in the Croatian Premier Division.
Well, I think with a 2-goal lead, he's not going to leave the box. You can see him, he's standing there just on the edge of the 6-yard box, Mike. He's not going to pull too much out of there now that they're 2 in front.
Laudrup now with the corner. Denmark have had plenty of corners, haven't really done anything with them so far. And Bosnia again dealing with that one quite comfortably. Now Michael Laudrup.
Well, anything just coming in the air, the Bosnians are getting to it first. Denmark offside now. First offside of the match.
Well, Bosnia, 3 very tall central defenders in Hibic, Konjic, and Serovic. Denmark continuing to go through that direct aerial route, which really, Tommy, is playing into Bosnia's hands.
Oh, Bosnia winning everything in the air, Mike. I mean, they just look so tough in there. Every time the ball drops across, it's knocked out of there. You'd imagine that Denmark would be trying to retain possession and pull the Bosnians out, because you know they're all going to be in around the box now when the ball drops in.
Played a long way back that time. Klaus Thompson. Denmark rather fortunate that time, but they try to play it inside the fullback, and Helveg run into an offside position. One thing you notice now, Tommy, is that Denmark desperate to get a goal back. Helveg is starting to push forward, which is leaving gaps in midfield, and as we've seen, Bosnia give them half a chance and they'll exploit it.
They got a lot of pace, and Reaper is also pushing forward anytime there's an opportunity around the box at all. So Denmark could be exposing themselves a little bit at the back, Mike, especially to a good counter-attacking team like this. I mean, Bosnia really look like they're on their game today.
You're watching the road to World Cup 98 here on ESPN from the Kosovo Stadium in Sarajevo, Bosnia Herzegovina, and the 2 goals. Firstly from Majcin in the 18th minute, and then Bolic from the penalty spot in the 26th minute. That's the goal summary from MasterCard, and they're the 2 goals that separate these 2 sides. Denmark finding themselves trailing by 2 goals to 0. Along with Tommy Smith, I'm Mike Hill. And now Denmark.
Find a tough time to get through the Bosnian defence now, Mike. They've really camped out just outside of their own box.
Now Ramsic, clearance over the halfway line. Ramsic again, winning it this time in the air.
Oh, between Ramsic and Hibic, it's very difficult to get through there.
With white shirts back, here come Denmark. Laudrup driving that one across, and the ball chested down there by Helveg, trying to set it up for a teammate. Bolic leading the chase, but unable to keep that one in play, so it's going to be a throw. The English Premier League continues here on Monday live from Ewood Park. It's Blackburn Rovers against Sheffield Wednesday. Check your local listings for times. We continue to bring you the best of football from all around the world. That's the English Premier League. Blackburn Rovers against Sheffield Wednesday. That's our fare for you this week. Here's for Michael. Oh, they're singing on the terraces. They haven't had too much to sing about here over the recent years. This, the World Game, bringing people together. Certainly, I'm sure the whole nation is behind this Bosnia-Herzegovina side now.
Well, there's no question about it, especially now when they're 2-0 up, as Laudrup is the man who gets nailed on the far side. I mean, this would be even beyond most of their imagination, Mike, that they were going to go 2-0 up on top of Denmark.
They lost here 4-1 to Croatia. So lost here. To Greece by a 0-0. We've got a victory on the road in Slovenia.
Oh, Raper was the man who came up that time, won a corner. They've been bringing him up on every occasion once the ball drops in. He's got a great reputation for using his head, a good header of the ball. They're trying to exploit it, but Bosnia have done very well to keep him out.
The problem is they are bringing the defenders forward to put pressure on in these corners, but they are leaving themselves exposed at the back. Didic there coming out and failing to make contact, but did enough to put the Danish strikers off. Now, Bosnia. This is where they look so dangerous. Hamzic sliding this one through. They've beaten the offside trap. Schmeichel comes down, and that's got to be a penalty, surely. Yes. Kodro was the player who beat the offside trap, and Schmeichel brings him down. There can be little argument, Tommy.
I don't think so. That left wing is causing all kinds of problems for Denmark. They've been caught out so often because Reaper's gone up, and you're going to see when he goes to push the ball around Schmeichel, watch what happens. He's going to push the ball around. There's the ball gone. No question about it. I mean, Peter Schmeichel says no. How can he say no, Mike? He never went close to the ball. He just took the player out of it.
Well, Kodro got brought down for the first penalty. He's the player who's brought down for this one.
I mean, he's just nailed out of it.
And Bolic again comes up against Peter Schmeichel. He's beaten him once here today. Another long run up. Will it go in the same place?
Exactly.
And the same result. And unbelievably now, Bosnia increase the lead and are leading here by 3-0. Elvir Bolic gets his second penalty of the game. And no wonder they are celebrating all around the stadium here in Sarajevo.
Well, he just hits it so sweetly.
Well, goalkeepers now allowed to move along their line.
Oh, if he comes to it, you see what he does. I mean, he's looking in one direction and he pushes it in the other one.
So who would have believed it? Bolic there getting his second goal in the 35th minute, his second from the penalty spot. Bosnia Herzegovina 3, Denmark 0. We're still in the first half, Tommy.
Oh, this is a major shock. Not just a surprise, it's a shock. 3-0. You would have got serious odds about this anywhere in the world that this could happen.
Oh, Laursen playing it forward. It all started so promisingly for Denmark. Kick in the face that time. Brings a yellow card.
Thomason is the man who got kicked in the face. I don't think there was much intent in it from Ibic.
Yeah.
He just goes for the ball. The ball hops up very high. It comes back down off Thomason's chest. He goes for it. Thomason just bends down a little bit. Oh, he got clipped pretty good, didn't he?
Thomason. Good season last year with Heerenveen, scoring 18 goals in the Dutch First Division. Holland's Young Player of the Year. And playing his trade at Tyneside with Kenny Dalglish and Newcastle United. His side here trailing by 3-0. Opportunity now for Denmark. Shot coming in from Muller. Takes a ricochet from the corner. From the wall, it'll be a corner. Well, Denmark have had a number of corners, Tommy, but they've really not done anything with them. They're not putting the pressure on from them.
Well, the corners have caused them because every time they push players up on the corners, it seems they got caught twice at least. Coming back, they didn't get their players back nearly quickly enough. Reaper has caused a lot of problems coming up on the corners. There's been a lot of openings just in that old inside right position.
Smart Reaper there saying he actually was being held down as that corner came across. A little pushing around on the goal line at the moment. Peter Muller being very closely marked. Michael Laudrup with the corner. Again, Bosnian defender gets there first.
Oh, Hibic is so strong on the middle. Once that ball drops across in the air, it just seems that he cleans a path out in front of himself.
Played in and spinning ball there, which caused the goalkeeper a few problems. In the end, took it comfortably. Salihamidzic. This is Maichin. His goal started the scoring. Two defenders and just losing his footing there as he tried to go past the two of them. Here he is though, recovering quickly, winning the ball back. Baljic hitting that one. In fact, the ball had curled out of play. It's going to be a goal kick. But Bosnia playing that sort of classic game that we came to expect from teams from the Balkans, where they play it very, very slow up until about 60 yards from their own goal line. Then they just seem to go up another gear, and we've seen that a couple of times now.
Well, they switch gears very quickly, and they have the players out there with the pace to do it. I mean, now they're just going to kick it and kick it anywhere it goes. If you're leading 3-0, the one thing you want to make sure at this stage is that you go in leading 3-0. You don't want to give up a goal in this half. So it's just get it out of there anywhere now.
They're going down looking for the free kick, nothing given. That was Heinze on the far side. Now, Bosnia trying to break quickly. Quadro. Slowly to his feet. Quadro, of course, has been a prolific goal scorer in Spain. He has managed one goal, though, for Bosnia.
Well, you're going to see what happens on the far side as he gets hit by the player coming out, and Hogue is the man who comes and takes him on.
Ivic. This time we've seen in the first half, Ivic give the ball away unnecessarily. Inside the final 5 minutes. Heinze. It's past two. Links up there with Michael Laudrup now. Gets the return. Oh, it needed a much better cross. Veselovic there, cutting that one out rather easily. Denmark now scampering back. Better from Denmark. They're starting to find their players with these passes. There also seems to be a lot more urgency about their play now, Tommy.
Well, when you're down 3-0, I mean, you better get it going. You better get it going very, very quickly. And if you're sitting on top of World Cup qualifying group and you're in a situation where a win will put you in France, practically. Waller is the man guilty of the infraction inside.
It's a crucial game for Denmark because a win here would put them some 7 points ahead of Croatia. With still 2 games to play. And it would also put them 6 points ahead of Greece. They would also have 2 games left to play. And Denmark would play both of those teams. Theoretically, a draw then, if they win here against both Croatia and Greece, would ensure their qualification. So a lot riding on this game. You wouldn't have got that impression from some of the lax defending, though, from Denmark, Tom.
Well, they just were caught. I think they came in here a little bit overconfident, and they got caught with the first goal against the run of play, and things just went downhill after. They're just not able to pick their game up.
Ball out of play.
I think so.
Jakob Larsson there, unable to keep it in.
Bosnia is just starting to wilt a little bit. Some of them seem like they're having a problem with, you know, trying to gather in a little bit of oxygen.
Larsson. Played in there by Halveg, and it came off the defender. The goalkeeper couldn't risk trying to pick it up. Larsson. Giving the ball away. Now Bosnia looking to strike, and it was Bolic there trying to pick out his striking partner there in Codro. Now Laudrup. Quite worked that time for Michael Laudrup, who really has acquired his trade all around the world. Lazio, Juventus in Serie A, Barcelona and Real Madrid in Spain. Clearance there by Larsen. Bosnia Herzegovina. Some players forward. Side on to keep possession.
Well, that's all they have to do now, try to run the clock out. Only a couple of minutes left in the first half. It'll be a very happy locker room if they go in leading 3-0.
Well, stay with us here on ESPN. Coming up at half-time, we'll have a look at a couple of other World Cup qualifiers from Europe. Finland against Norway and Turkey against Wales. We'll also have a look back at the first half highlights of this game. Now, Laudrup has that ability just to drift past his marker. Some of these crosses, though, from Denmark, they're really a bit like a lottery ball, something you'd expect from the English Premier League. Just hit high and hopeful more than anything else, Tommy.
And, you know, Hibbert has cut out so many of them in there. I am surprised that the Danes haven't gone to a different way. Here we're going to see the situation here. A little bit of a push in the back. Just pulls on the ball and Helveg goes down, gets the free kick.
I think he also lost his footing because of the conditions, so he might have been a bit fortunate there. But again, the ball just pumped into the penalty area, more in hope than anything else.
Yeah, they don't seem to have anybody who's able to get free for it. They don't seem to get anybody who's creating any kind of space in there.
Dahl Thomason, the striker, really has never been recognised as a player who's excels in the aerial battle. Most of his goals last season for Heerenveen came from opportunism on the ground. As the half-time whistle goes, just 20 seconds or so of stoppage time as we look at the MasterCard game summary. Goals from Majin in the 18th minute gave Bosnia the lead, and then Bolic with two penalties in the 26th and the 35th minute completed the scoring. No wonder Elvir Bolic can celebrate, so can Bosnia. Half-time then, Bosnia Herzegovina 3, Denmark 0. Stay with us here on ESPN. More on the road to World Cup 98. Welcome back then to the Kosovo Stadium here in Sarajevo at half-time in this European Group 1 encounter. Bosnia Herzegovina 3, Denmark 0. A real surprise that. Bosnia already out, the white shirts and the blue shorts. Denmark just waiting to appear in their red shirts. Big day in World Cup qualifying, and in Group 3, Hungary and Switzerland finished up drawing 1-1. Of course, both those teams trying to chase the leaders. Norway, who you saw at half-time, beat Finland by 4-0. Some other interesting results in Group 4, where Austria and Sweden are chasing the place. Austria beat Estonia 3-0. While Sweden got a good 2-1 victory over Belarus. Both those teams chasing Scotland. And in European Group 5, Israel losing there in Sofia. That means that they are out. It will be Bulgaria and Russia who will be fighting out the first spot in Group 5. And the Czech Republic, Tommy, a rare win for them.
Well, they found wins very, very tough to come by, coming up with a win over the Faroe Islands. But of course, everybody beats them. And of course, in that barn burner you saw at half-time, Turkey coming up with 6 to knock off Wales 6-4.
And then in Group 8, well, Iceland, a 4-0 victory over Liechtenstein. Two teams who are really not in contention. But one team that was in contention in Group 8, Ireland, that's a disastrous result for them.
Well, when you look at Macedonia scoring 2 against Romania, Macedonia now in the second spot in that group, and Ireland need to win all the last 3 games to ensure qualification even for a playoff.
And Romania, with that win, have qualified. The first European side to make it through to France, 98. Second half here is underway. Denmark still with aspirations of joining them there. But they've got to come up with something big in this second half. Losing by 3-0 at half-time. interesting to see how they come out for the second half. The first half, they came out looking very confident. Missed a couple of early opportunities and then got punished.
Well, 3-0 down, Mike. I mean, it's not insurmountable, but it's certainly a huge score to overcome the way the game has gone, with the home support going for Bosnia.
Throw taken there by Hogue. Hogue again. Plays his football with Fenerbahce in Turkey. Denmark have always been a great exporter of players. They still are. They are trying to bring their Super League up to the standard of some of the European competitions, but usually the season in Denmark, because of the climatic conditions, is not the longest. Most of the good players prefer to play around Europe. That was Thomason playing that one back. He now plays at Newcastle.
Oh, you look at Schmeichel, 4 Premier League medals. Goes to show you how, I mean, he was one of the real instruments as to why Manchester United are so good.
I still reckon to be one of the best goalkeepers in the world, if not the best.
Oh, I can see the tough tackle on the far side. You see the ball push forward, just catches him as he goes by.
Now Michael Laudrup. Still playing. That was part of the squad the last time when Denmark made the World Cup finals. That was in 1986. Throw for Bosnia to be taken by Bolic. Now Heinze. One there for Alan Nilsson to chase. Are very compact at the back. Certainly they don't panic under pressure. They've played a very self-assured game, haven't they, Tommy?
Well, they certainly have, and of course if you get 3 goals in front, Mike, it's pretty easy to become compact at the back. You don't have to worry yourself about crossing the midfield line if you don't feel like it, because unless you give up 1 and 2 and then you find yourself in trouble. But the way they've played, all they have to do now is just keep the ball out of their own end.
Codro there with the head down. Bolic. Bolic again, touching that one back. Baljic. Now Bolic. Baljic goes for the return, plays this one across, and too far ahead there of Codro.
Well,
sliding in.
And he made a nice run down the middle, and if the ball had been pulled back a little bit, maybe hit a little softer. Watch the run that he makes. After he parts with the ball, he keeps on running, just can't get to it.
Now Nilsson. Laudrup. Nilsson. From behind, loses out, and favourable bounce. So it comes to Michael Laudrup. We'll telegraph that, and well cut out there by Hivic. And Savic on that far side. Codro. Savic. And Savic there with the challenge on Alan Nilsson, and Nilsson takes offence at that.
Well, 2 yellow cards. Good refereeing. Decides that both men are equally at fault here.
I think he's booked Savic, but I don't think he's booked Alan Nilsson, has he?
Well, it looked like he handed the yellow card twice.
Well, Savic certainly has gone in the referee's notebook.
Well, he held the card up twice, Mike, whatever he's doing.
And the end result, in fact, is a free kick for Bosnia. Savic.
How can you book the guy and give the free kick the other way?
far side there by Helveg. Now Hogue. Heinze. Bosnia again just a yard faster from the ball at the moment than Denmark. Now Viserovic. There by the challenge from Peter Muller. It's going to be a free kick for Bosnia. Konjic. Bosnia always having a spare player at the back. Savic. Savic there didn't go for the return. Heinze. Nobody following up on this near touchline for Denmark. They're not going to get the throw in. Now Thomason. Nielsen. Running for the centre forward channel that time, but ball wasn't forthcoming now. Bosnia. Maichin there plays it wide, and the ball just picking up pace on this very slippery surface.
Oh, a nice run down the far side by Salam Hakan, and he just, no way he can catch up to the... That's why the ball is so unpredictable now when you hit it, Mike. I mean, there's just no way of knowing what it's going to do.
Now Laudrup. Outswinging this time to the far post. The best of headers in the end, and Konjic there just able to play that one out of defence. Savic.
Well, Thomason is the man who had the header, and he headed it back across the goal, Mike, instead of putting it on the target.
Well, the NFL gets underway with the live game between the Washington Redskins and Carolina. Check your local listings for times. The preseason is all over. The NFL now getting down to the serious business. Washington against Carolina, live next Sunday here on ESPN.
Konjic is the man who's down. Looked like he may have pulled a groin muscle or something.
Konjic, who was just last week, in fact, signed for Monaco from his Swiss club, FC Zurich. You're down to 10 men at the moment, but they're playing. And the game with 10 men, they get Denmark in all sorts of trouble at the back there. There's been a complete lack of communication there, Tommy. There was only Kodro going through and 3 defenders and a goalkeeper, not quite sure what to do.
And I'm not quite sure what the referee found to blow him up on. I mean, he certainly couldn't be offside with all the company he had back there, and he didn't look like he was pushing.
Now here is Kodro. Pushed in the back that time by Klaus Thompson. It's going to be a free kick and an opportunity now for Bosnia to make a substitution. Denmark also looking to make a double substitution. Number 18 there is Molnar. He is one of the players that's going to come on.
Schoenberg also looks like he's coming on, Mike, number 13.
Schoenberg.
Thomason has come off, number 9.
Who else is coming off?
Laudrup.
Michael Laudrup. And Bosnia also looking to make a change. Number 16 there, that's Sened Ripu is the player who's waiting to come on. He's actually on, and Savic is the player that's gone off, so Both sides making changes. Game recommences, and Peter Schmeichel there saw that late, had to get across his goal quickly. Well, Savic has been replaced there by Rupo, who plays his football here locally in Bosnia with Karabakh.
Oh, Schoenberg, a great story, Mike. A man who was mending nets for a living before he became a professional player. In fact, any of the clubs he plays at, when there's any problems with the nets, he mends them for them. So, dual opportunity to work for this player.
He plays his football now for Kaiserslautern in the Bundesliga in Germany. He used to play for Odense in Denmark. Interesting story that, Tommy, because he often did help Odense there repairing the nets, and he used to go out every weekend trying to break them again.
Well, Laudrup really didn't show us anything today, Mike. We were expecting him to lead the club, but he didn't get the job done. A mighty big balloon showed up from somewhere.
This game has really attracted the audience from all over the city of Sarajevo. In fact, all from outlying districts as well. Everybody trying to get a good vantage point. I suppose coming with a balloon, Tommy, it helps with the car parking.
Well, you don't have to worry about the traffic after the game either. Mike Sherwood maybe driving it.
So a free kick then for Bosnia. Denmark again called offside. Here's the substitute. Ripu. Ripu there, caught by that challenge. So it's going to be a free kick. Chested down that time by Schoenberg. Michael Schoenberg, who scored once in World Cup qualifying. And so has Molnar, for that matter. So at least they've got two players on who can score goals, and they desperately need them at the moment, Tommy.
Well, they need something, Mike. They certainly need a lift. I mean, their game has gone very, very flat. 3-0 down on the road. It's very difficult to come back, especially when the best player you have on the field, you've just had to substitute him because he hasn't provided any spark for you.
Ripu plays that one forward. Heinze got there first. He loses out. Strong challenge there from Majin. Now Baljic with the cross.
Unsurprisingly, it's Denmark who find themselves under pressure. Bosnia is not just sitting back on that 3-goal lead. I thought they might.
Well managed, Tommy. The best forms of defence is attack. That's what Bosnia are going to do. They're not going to do anything silly, though. It's not going to be the charge of the Light Brigade forward, but I think they certainly will try to play it more in Denmark's half than their own.
Well, it's a good idea. I mean, to at least keep it out of your own half. This way, you don't have to worry too much about things if you can keep the pressure on Denmark. At least for another, if you can survive for another 10 minutes without giving up a goal, you should be in real good shape with a 3-0 lead.
Schoenberg. Nielsen is a player who has done a lot of unselfish running, but he's the player who has been penalised.
Konjak is the man who plays it very coolly, allowed the ball to roll back onto the corner flag, and then when he started to push his way out, he got pulled down.
Nielsen. Right, so that actually went to Bayern Munich as a 17-year-old. Didn't quite make the grade there. And came back to Denmark to play with Brøndby. Transferred last season to Tottenham for £1.2 million. Schoenberg. Thompson. Left it in, and Schoenberg, who's so dangerous in the air, nearly got picked out that time, and then just lifted back in. The goalkeeper there just scattering across his goal, Tommy.
Oh, the goalkeeper was at 6 and 7s. Seems to have pulled something on his leg too when he came across that time.
You're watching the Road to World Cup 98 here on ESPN from European Group 1. We're coming to you today from Sarajevo. And as we look at the MasterCard game summary. It tells you that it's Bosnia Herzegovina who are leading by 3-0. All goals coming in the first half, with Majin scoring after 18 minutes, and then 2 penalties from Elvir Bolic. It's 3-0. Denmark now coming into this game as the group leaders and the favourites, in fact, to qualify for France, finding themselves in a lot of trouble here. With Tommy Smith, I'm Mike Hill. And Denmark really not showing us too much in this second half, Tommy. They've got the capabilities of coming back with less than 30 minutes to go.
Well, we thought when they came out after the half-time break, Mike, that, you know, they would have had a good session in the locker room. Coach tried to lift their spirit a little bit. No sign of it at all. They haven't played well at all in the second half. They're just gone through the motions at the moment.
Jan Heintze then with the free kick. Outswinger, goalkeeper got his fingertips to it, and that was enough. He took it away from Mark Reaper, who was coming in at the far post.
Oh, the goalkeeper's living just a little bit lucky. He just got a touch to it, Mike. He doesn't look all that comfortable on those balls coming across from the corners, but he's gotten away with it.
He looked a bit susceptible with the high ball coming in.
He's limping a little bit too, which probably doesn't help him. Looks like his right knee is giving him problems.
The last time he went scampering across the goal, I think his stud just might have got caught in some in this very wet turf. He certainly pulled up a little bit lame. He continues. A throw then for Denmark on the far side. Some obstruction that time by the idiots. Free kick then to Denmark. Now Laursen has come forward to take it. Plenty of height. Reaper's in there. This one hit to the far post. Nodded back across there by Thompson.
Well, it's amazing. I mean, Thompson plays a defensive midfielder with Everton, Mike, and today, I mean, he's probably the most attacking midfielder.
Nielsen. Oh, he just lost his foot in, and Muller will settle for a corner.
Well, that's my man of the match there, Hibic, the number 6 player. He covers so much ground in the air and on the ground. That time he blocked the ball out for the corner.
Corner comes across. Nobody attacking the ball that time for Denmark, and Bosnia just able to play that one out very comfortably.
Well, that's been the problem inside. The Danish players have not been able to create any space for themselves at all inside of the box.
Molnar on the far side for Denmark, but he can't make any headway. Now Baljic. Kodro. Standing at Kodro. Trying to shot. Well, he was surrounded there by red shirts. It didn't seem to faze him. And he's quite willing to have a shot, Tommy.
Well, look at that. Everybody has backed off him a little bit. He's inside of a triangle, and he said, why not? Waste some precious seconds off the clock. Maybe he's lucky. Maybe he gets it down.
He has scored goals wherever he's played. Now the shot coming in. Takes a ricochet. Could have gone anywhere, but in the end, it's a substitute. Ripu, who can get that one forward. Nielsen. Now an opportunity, and was that a penalty? Molnar is the player who went down.
Well, I think there was contact. A yellow card has been issued.
Well, it's been issued, I think, for something that one of the Danish players said. I think it might have been Klaus Thomsen.
Maybe even Helbig. He was the man closest to him when he gets it. I think it should have been a penalty, but there was a free miss there. Here's the opportunity inside of the box, and you can see Hibbik going back there. Oh, there's a bit of a dive as well, and the keeper hits him. The ball's gone out over the byline at that stage.
So we've got a yellow card. It's gone to Thomsen. And now the woodwork comes to the rescue of Bosnia. First time that Denmark got one of their corners to work. Still the danger's not cleared. Dedic there comes up with a good save. Bosnia now living dangerously.
I don't think he knew too much about it, Mike. He just stretched out that foot and the ball hit it. He doesn't. I wouldn't have a whole lot of confidence in that keeper at all.
Well, he's played in all their international matches so far. He certainly has looked very, very vulnerable to the high crosses. Thrown out to Bosnia on the far side, but Denmark coming the closest they've come so far in this game to scoring. We'll keep up to date with all the news from around the world and all the latest scores. Catch Sports Centre International 7 days a week here on ESPN. Check your local listings for times. That's Sports Centre International. Keep you updated daily on all the news and scores on all sports from all around the world. Now Bosnia. Waited in the centre forward channel. Now Baljic. Michael showing some urgency. He wants to get the ball back into play quickly.
Oh, Bosnia uses the wings so well. I mean, it's almost like Ajax when they were in their heyday with Finidi George on one side and Overmars on the other side, creating all kinds of space in the middle. That's exactly the way that Bosnia play, Mike. They really stretch defences.
Denmark went close with that header that came back off the woodwork. But not quite close enough. They still trail by 3-0. Baljic. Now Konjic. It's Kodro. Kodro is brought down. Referee he's come up with a free kick as Konjic is the player who is down.
Oh, Schoenberg is the man who says it should be just a throw. Watch what happens here. Here's where Schoenberg catches him. The second foul was worse than the first one. That's the first one, but the second one is the one that the player got injured on.
So Konjic comes off to get some treatment. Player who used to play here in Sarajevo for Sarkanica in the old Yugoslav days. Three teams from Sarajevo who regularly played in the Premier Division. Michael with the long clearance. No accuracy, and the ball just allowed to go out of play. It's going to be a throw for Bosnia. With the throw for the home side. One of their supporters singing it. Not too much to be happy about over the last few years, but certainly a result like this could do so much for this country. The great thing about this is that the politicians might still be arguing. The players out there who really are from all nationalities that actually make up this country of Bosnia Herzegovina. They're operating as friends, they're operating as a team, as Dedic there came out, flying out in fact, and that time that was an important touch on the goalkeeper, Tommy.
Lucky again, Mike, it looks like he overplayed the ball. He almost ran by it and had to reach back and get a touch on it. His body was in front of the ball when he touched it. You give up a goal now, I mean, you're going to throw Denmark a lifeline.
And of course, if this result stands up, it really is going to help Bosnia's neighbours, Croatia, in their quest to qualify for the World Cup. And as that shot just takes a bit of a deflection, Peter Schmeichel will tell you he had it covered anyway.
Oh, I think it could have went anywhere. It hit very low down on the foot and just took off.
Bolic was the player who fired that one off. 24 goals last season for Fenerbahce.
Well, here you're going to see it. It turns off, and Larsson is the man who knocks it away.
This time, Bosnia looking for the outswinger, the header, and Schmeichel coming up with a big save.
Quadro is the man who gets a brilliant header on it. One happened a few times. Anybody's been left alone in the box on those corners.
Wilson there trying to go for the return and after linking up with Alan Nilsson. Alone play to go on despite the foul there from Nilsson. Bosnia have possession. You notice about this Bosnian side, Tommy, they just look so comfortable on the ball, don't they?
Yeah, they love to swing the wide game, Mike. There are so few international teams nowadays that play a wide game like this. In the old days, I mean, this was the way you did it. You swung it down along the wings and cut it back into the middle, and that's exactly what Bosnia have done.
Played behind the defence that time, and the goalkeeper...
Oh, there's no need for that.
Quickly off his line. Molnar was the player who came bundling through. The referee telling him there just to call it. He's rather fortunate he hasn't got a yellow card.
Oh, that's a yellow card situation. I mean, he should have given him a yellow card. I mean, there's no need to hit the goalkeeper like that at all.
One there by Larsson. Majin playing it back. Ivic. Plays it forward and good covering that time by Hogue. Michael, captain of this Denmark side now, with Michael Laudrup being substituted.
Oh, what Bosnia are doing is keeping Denmark busy at the back, so they're limiting the opportunities that Denmark have up front.
Schulenberg. Denmark will settle for a corner. Well, last time they got a corner, they actually got a header on target, which was denied by the woodwork. Well, Nilsson is going to take it this time and swing this one in to the near post, the head on. Heinze needed too long, and now Bosnia. And this has been the impressive part of their game, their break from defence. And look at this, it's a 2-on-2, and Peter Schmeichel had to be alert there. Baljic was the player who cheekily there tried to chip the Danish goalkeeper.
But what great running out of the back, Mike. What great movement of the ball and the flow of the game as they came out. I mean, it looked like they were in trouble at the back from the corner, and all of a sudden Schmeichel's the man who has to make the save.
And shot charged down. Way forward for Thompson. Another corner though for Denmark.
The defense has played so tough at the back. They just don't allow any space. Look at the corner kicks, 11-2.
Again getting it clear, and now this is the problem area for Denmark, is the transition from that corner. Bosnia usually get forward so quickly. They scored their opening goal from a situation like that. They also got a couple of penalties because of the quick breaks.
I think the corner kicks have been an advantage to Bosnia, and that's the Denmark corner kicks have been playing right into the hands of the Bosnian defense. They break out so quick.
Now Bolic into the path there of Majin.
Oh, surely he must give him a yellow card now, Mike. I mean, this is the second time he's committed a foul like that in a very short time.
The second time he's got away with it, Tommy.
No attempt to play the ball at all. I mean, he played the man.
Well, Bosnia will accept the free kick. We'll come up towards the final quarter of an hour. Bosnia Herzegovina 3, Denmark 0. Three-man wall for Denmark. Two players looking to charge it down. Shot came through and it was off target. No worries there for Peter Schmeichel. You're watching the Road to World Cup 98. Today our stop is in Sarajevo in Bosnia Herzegovina at the Kosovo Stadium. And on the MasterCard game summary, goals from Majin after 18 minutes, and then 2 penalties for Elvir Bolic. All the goals came in the first half. It's Bosnia 3, Denmark 0. Denmark, the leaders in this European Group 1. It's a real surprise for them. Flag was up there for offside, and the header, though, from Molnor would not have counted. The goalkeeper brought off a good save. In fact, the referee deciding that the game will continue with a corner.
Oh, the goalkeeper makes a good save there, and the referee has overruled what has happened over on the far side. I would have counted.
Now the ball just nodded on by Denmark. There's been very little variation in their corners, is it, Tommy? They've all been played to the near post, looking for a nod on, and Bosnia have been able to deal with that throughout the game.
Yeah, they just switch it so quickly. You know, the ball is played to the near post. Bosnia ends up running down along the far wing with the ball every time and putting a lot of pressure. Reaper has been coming up all the time, and it has caused problems for Denmark at the back because they haven't been winning the corner kicks.
Talking of teams with problems, the MLS with the teams that are at bottom of their respective conferences. San Jose against the New York, New Jersey Metro Stars. You can see that here on ESPN. Check your local listings for times. Both sides now in desperate need of some wins if they are to make the playoffs at the conclusion of the MLS season. That's the MLS here on ESPN. Now Helveg. Played forward. Look there for Molnar. Who scored his only international goal against Bosnia in June. A 2-0 victory in Copenhagen for Denmark. They played too far ahead there over Jakob Larsen. Denmark at the moment, Tommy, look very, very dispirited out there. The players, the running is not going on off the ball now. They really do seem to resign themselves to a loss here, and you can see the Bosnian supporters already starting to celebrate.
Oh, there'll be large celebrations in this city tonight, and I think you've summed it up, Mike. I mean, Denmark look like they've given up the ghost. They really don't want to commit any more errors at the back. Looks like they're going to bring on a sub right now, but they have given this one up.
Ole Bior is the player who is going to come on wearing the number 15. 29 years old, plays for Brøndby. Actually, AC Milan were interested in signing him last year, but felt that he was a bit too old. Oh, he's 29 years old.
He's won 2 championships with Brøndby, 96 and 97, and the way AC Milan were last year, Mike, I'm not sure anybody was too old for them the way they played.
Helveg is the player he has replaced. This one comes across, and Bosnia again winning the challenge in the air. The shot off target though from Biserovic. Biserovic, who plays for Osijek in Croatia. Denmark's next game is at home to Croatia, and that now takes on a critical match for the Danes. It's a game now they're really going to have to win. One here, to draw in Copenhagen in their next game would have been enough to see them through.
Well, of course, as we always point out, it's one thing to have those games in hand, but of course you've got to win those games. That's always the big problem, isn't it?
Well, Croatia's 3 games that they have left against Bosnia, at home, away to Denmark, and away to Slovenia. Those look the easier of the programs, easier than Denmark's home to Croatia and away to Greece.
Oh, Bosnia play the way they played here. Croatia will have their hands full, and of course that's a game that, whilst it doesn't mean a whole lot in the standings, there's a lot of significance in that game, Mike. The passions will be at full boil in that one. Some of these players out here could be playing with Croatia to have the opportunity to pick whichever team they want to play for. mean, the same can be said on the opposite side too, so there won't be any love lost there, you can be assured of that.
All these players, of course, playing their club football in Croatia. Free kick then for Denmark. Denmark must hate coming up against these teams from the Balkan states, of course. Well, it was fortunate when the old Yugoslavia were banned in 1992. It allowed Denmark to go on and enter and then win the European Championships, but they were beaten by Croatia in Euro 96. And this result, if it stands, could really put a dent in their hopes of qualifying for World Cup 98. Bosnia just growing in confidence as this game keeps progressing. Look at this for a run. And Baljic there started that inside his own half and just went past half the Danish side.
Well, I think the Danish side are spectators at the moment, Mike. They just more or less waved at him as he went by.
That was kept in play there by Biserovic. Baljic for Kodro in that centre forward channel. Biserovic. And Bosnia at the moment, Tommy, pushing this around and so much good running off the ball.
Well, it's almost like a practice session to them now, Mike, the way things are going. Once that ball hit the crossbar and came back into play, you just had the feeling that today was Bosnia's day, and that was all there was about it.
They haven't had very much to cheer about in this city for a long, long time. We still talk about the Winter Olympics in 1988. They still talk about Torval and Dean. They might start talking about this game, Tommy, in the same sort of reverence.
Well,
this has been a great performance.
It'll certainly be talked about tonight, and it's one. If there's 35,000 here tonight, by the time next year rolls around or the year after, Mike, there'll be at least 55,000 who are at it.
So this will go down in folklore. Now Nielsen, nice turn there from the Tottenham midfielder. Bolic, sending the ball away from the danger area inside the final 7 minutes. Reaper.
Oh, I think teams like Bosnia prove all along, Mike, that you don't have to play in some of the glamorous leagues to have a good international side. By playing in the glamorous leagues doesn't guarantee that you're going to have a good international side.
Here come Denmark. Well, Denmark with players who play in the English Premier League, in Serie A in Italy, in the French First Division. And really, they have been outclassed here, outthought, outplayed by this team from Bosnia Herzegovina.
In fact, an interesting point might be started to be made. Maybe the less glamorous your league is, maybe the better you can play internationally, because there's not as much pressure on you all year long until you do play the internationals. I mean, anybody who plays in the Premiership or Serie A or the French League, it's pressure every weekend.
You might have a good point there, Tommy. The Bosnia players certainly seem to be that half a yard faster as well.
And they're certainly enjoying themselves.
It's going to be a goal kick then for Bosnia. Well, hark at the chant all around this stadium here in Sarajevo. You would think, Tommy, that they're about to win the World Cup.
Well, they certainly, these fans feel like it's a World Cup victory for them. Look at that. I mean, they're just standing.
Well, we're going to get a substitution. Demirovic is the player who's going to come on wearing the number 15, and Majin, who scored the first goal, is the player that has gone off.
Well, Majin did some good running off the ball today, Mike. Very good runner, very unselfish player. I would imagine that would be the key to Bosnia today. It was a team effort. I mean, they played together as a team. They played for one another.
A lot of these players have played in pretty much all the matches that Bosnia have played in. As Alan Nilsson there, it's a player who went over the top.
Alan Nilsson saying the guy dived. I mean, give me a break. I mean, if you have somebody sitting on your shoulder, how do you dive? I mean, there was no place else to go but down.
Alan Nilsson, who hasn't played too often for Tottenham since his transfer last year because of injury.
We're going to see exactly what happens. Bolic turns his back to him. Nilsson just keeps on running, runs right over him.
I was making, Tommy, was that these Bosnian players, they haven't got a big pool of players at this stage to pick from. So a lot of these players, they played a number of internationals together. You could see that they were much more cohesive as a team than Denmark.
Oh yeah, and I mean, you had a feeling for them out there. I mean, now they're national heroes, every one of them, but coming out on the field, they looked so much looser, no pressure on them, and they got off to the good start. I mean, Denmark missed a few opportunities when Bosnia got on the board. That was all she wrote.
Schoenberg there to the far post, and the header in the end.
Well, once again, the keeper was out of position, Mike. He could have been in real trouble today, but he's lived a very charmed life.
Well, of course, the goalkeeper has this problem. He plays for one of the local clubs, FC Sarajevo. Not really a professional league here in Bosnia, because of all the political turmoil. I think we're seeing there, Tommy, that the goalkeeper has made a couple of very good saves, but you can tell that not playing regularly at a top level has cost him.
Yeah, just a little rusty.
Now Heinze. Cleared away. We're on the chase through. Now Peter Schmeichel. His forward line has been so inept tonight. I'm surprised he hasn't gone up to try to score a goal himself.
The man is capable of scoring.
Scored for Manchester United, didn't he, in a UEFA Cup tie?
I'd say if it was 1-0, Mike, you might have found him coming up, but 3-0, I don't think he's just that big of a miracle worker. And the way Bosnia have broken tonight, it might have been 4-0 if we decided to come up the field. They're very good on the break.
And look at this now, they're just pushing the ball around and making the Danes do all the chasing. And the crowd are loving it. Nice flick on that far side. We're inside the final 2 minutes. Here come Bosnia. And they want to make it 4.
Well, at this stage, everything becomes spectacular, doesn't it? You're going to see the shot. He keeps it low along the ground. Misses that back post. That was much closer than Mr. Schmeichel would like to believe.
Schoenberg was the player brought down that time. The challenge coming in there from Ivic.
I think they're going to bring on the third sub, Mike. They might as well let everybody share in the glory. Give the crowd an opportunity to pay tribute to Bolic going off.
Bolic is the player that's going to go off, and
oh, he played so well today.
Beganovic is the player that is coming on. So Beganovic, another player who plays locally here in Sarajevo, comes on. And Bolic, he proved today, Tommy, that goal he scored at Old Trafford and last year in the Champions League was no fluke. He's a very good player.
Oh, he certainly played well today. Probably the best player on the field today. Just looking at the sub coming in, he got himself tangled up with Nielsen. A couple of boxes, a little slap on the face, and there was a little altercation inside of the box.
He didn't take long, did he?
Certainly didn't. He ran on the field and Nielsen had a go at him.
Here is Alan Nielsen now. Plays on that far side. And the Danish player there just stood up as he tried to make progress into the penalty area.
Looked around to see if the referee giving him any sympathy, but it wasn't happening.
Well, So stay with us here on ESPN. Our road to World Cup 98. The completion of this game, we'll be back with our post-match wrap. A game that will certainly be remembered for a long, long time in this part of the world. What a night it has been for Bosnia Herzegovina. Their first home win in World Cup qualifying competition. Their previous 2 home matches have finished in losses.
The thing about it from the crowd's point of view, Mike, it was almost wrapped up at half-time. They've been able to enjoy themselves for the last 45 minutes.
There's got to be some question marks now over this Danish side. They were expected to win here. Would have gone very close to tying up qualification for France next year. No chance for Bosnia to qualify. I just wonder, Tommy, a result like this, how much influence it's going to have on the game in this part of the world over the next couple of years. Certainly in the next European Championships. Qualifying will start pretty much before the World Cup gets underway next year.
Well, certainly it drives the team forward. A nation can go on a victory like this, Mike, and they'll certainly build from it. How far they will go, well, that remains to be seen, but it certainly is a good shot in the arm for football in this area. Good shot in the arm for the city in general, Mike. I mean, it's a city that really needs a bit of uplifting.
Great thing there tonight is that everybody in this stadium supporting the home side is a Bosnian. They've forgotten all about the past. Tonight they're here to support one team. That team has done its part. Over 2 minutes of stoppage time. Referee has spotted some pushing. That's going to be a free kick.
Well, I mean, if he was sensible, what he'd do is blow it off. It's 3-0. I mean, there's nobody going to score 2 goals in the last 30 seconds or something like that. Some of these referees, I just don't understand them, Mike. He's gone well into the 3rd minute of extra overtime.
Well, I'm not sure where he's finding it from in the first place, Tommy.
Yeah, there didn't seem to be any reason for it.
Ramsic there with the free kick. There is the final whistle. And now the celebrations can start as we check the MasterCard game summary. Maic in there with the goal in the 18th minute. And then Elvir Bolic with a penalty in the 26th and a second one in the 35th. Kodro was a player who was upended on both those occasions inside the penalty area, and he put the icing on the cake. 3-0 at half-time. It remained like that until the end of the game. Bosnia 3, Denmark 0. Stay with us. More to come when we return.